So Papa Louie hosted a ride up north. We call it Exploring Slopes and Gradients, and this explains why CRZ bike fitting protocols are designed as such, because it's an application of reality. When people get to climb, but climb fresh, be able to go a little bit faster once they get to the peak. And the weekend became a huge highlight because a group of CRZ newbies were able to gather together and ride and explore new destination for most. We were with Papa Louie, Tom, Alu, Ira, Kim, Sandra, Lance's first 100-kilometer ride with Ali. And this is typical of one of those CRZ weekend rides for newbies. Everyone is invited. As soon as you enroll in a biomechanical tuning program, part of that arrangement is you get to join a platform, a community of individuals who get to learn a lot of things in a practical way. So from theory on the studio, after your bike fitting, to actual application. So today we head off north, organized by Papa Louie with Ira and Alu. We're gonna be doing a lot of this breakthrough rides after a series of conditioning training with the group. Very often we organize weekend rides with everyone, and they get to enjoy a very solid foundation of workout. So the milestones for this weekend would be Lance's first 100-kilometer ride on rubber shoes with Ali, Judy's ride in Subic after getting into a nutritional program. That's it.
That's 5 kilometers.
105. Okay, so Papa Louie will be the tour guide. Okay? Okay, Tommy? Let's go. One way 115K, and then we're gonna take a shower.
Try nyo lang dumikit lagi, tapos maintain tayo ng mga usually mga girls, 30?
Yeah.
20.
That's so. This is my resort. So whenever you drop by here in Palayan, just drop by. Just look at for that.
Open right up.
So we first stop of the day with Alu, with Hank, with, and then
With Papa Louie?
the noisiest of them all. I mean the quietest of them all. Okay. Of course, our Tagaytay keeps.
Our muse
Okay.
and our partner from Alfonso.
Right. So we're just gonna have a short break, and then after that we're gonna bomb it, like bomb.
Pwede, saka stickers. That's kami. Grabe yung mga stickers yung mga to.
Okay. So we're gonna have like a little buko.
We're gonna have vlog central.
Vlog center. So hey, let's vlog.
Here's in the scene.
First stop is a climbing camp for everyone. So Sandra's here, Fam is here, and then Ali leads the women's group with Judy. Farewell, if you've seen his vlog before, and the guy in the maroon shirt is Hayden, our Korean connection, and then yours truly. So the first part is most of the individuals here on this particular ride have done the biomechanics on previous months, and part of the follow-up program is you get to join this training choreographed scripted rides to enhance and develop your you could say your training. Everything is very specific, everything is very choreographed, everyone knows what to do, everyone understands the goals, And today's demonstration or script is how to learn how to climb using torque effectiveness and pedaling smoothness. And it totally explains why when you start watching CRZ bike fitting videos, why we subject every participant in a climbing session for 30 to 45 minutes and then test how soon or how fast they can recover from accumulating lactic acid. Performance is based on how fast a person recovers after each effort. And each effort can be very explosive or sustained effort and still be able to produce top end speed or effort at the end of the day. So in this part, even a 3% section can bite. And what we are demonstrating now is how these newbies can use their torque muscles to be able to climb on the big ring. So the reason why we use big ring is it's very simple. It's like going to the gym. How can you use your bigger muscle groups to produce forward motion? Okay, torque effectiveness is real and very often not discussed. So even at 3% gradient at speeds of 25 to 28 kilometers per hour, aerodynamics has an effect. And you only experience this, you only understand this once you start doing it on the real roads. Some of our participants, like Brian, can use his aero bars to start activating his core muscles. Benjo is using his aero bars. I'm trying to use standard road bike setup using the hoods as a aerodynamic time trial bars. And this is the reason why whenever we do bike fitting protocols, if you understand how rides are normally done, this should be a default. We have to teach every participant in a biomechanical tuning program how to take advantage of how their equipment is designed. You just don't bike fit for comfort, but you also bike fit for application. So here behind me would be Third. Third is a 16-year-old boy from Nueva Ecija, and it shows that participants come from different ages. Tom is half a century old. That sounds bad, but yeah, he's 50 years old, but he goes like a truck. And our last part of the program before we end this 70-kilometer ride is a 3-time ascent up Crown Peak. So this particular climb goes from 3% to 4% to 5%, peaking at 8%. The real struggle is the length of this climb. So what we wanted to do in this group is how to use these types of topography for very specific training programs. So on this particular day, we keep a steady effort for this entire climb and still be able to sprint before the top. That's why when you look at our bike fitting certification, you would notice that we test everyone under stress, because this is exactly what you're going to be doing after your biomechanical tuning. Join the CRZ training camp program every weekend for free if you're under the program, and it's just part of your investment. So here we're going to demonstrate to you that as we chug along at a higher effort, supposedly on an ordinary day you would blow up from lactic acid accumulation, but on this part, even at grades of 5% to 8% on the big ring, you can say it's not really high speed, but it's a lot of effort that you can still kick and do a sprint. And posture is key on how to activate those core muscles and be able to conserve those bigger muscle group. And this is the point when we start sprinting. And sprinting requires a lot of good posture to be able to stay steady and maybe produce 600, 800 watts. And that's it. And we just do this over and over and over again until your muscles adapt and become accustomed to it. So we have Paul Buencamino from Bulacan. He's took the second lap. Very strong individual. He's been with CRZ for the longest time. And then second place would have gone to Bong. And Bong, if you've seen how he started, which will be coming in a different episode, how people transformed during the COVID lockdowns. And then on the third lap and the final lap, we let Bong lead out with Paul on fourth wheel and Benjo on third wheel. Bong's job is just to use his newfound talent. It's not really talent, but because he started to develop torque muscles, and this is the foundation of CRZ biomechanical tuning platform, is how to maximize every muscle group, every posture, every technique, and it all culminates in these types of rides. As soon as Bong starts riveting the screw to the tightest setting until it cracks, there will come a point on the climb wherein everyone has to go on maximum effort. And since Paul took the second lap, his job now is to sprint, and Pompeo's job, the guy on the third wheel, is just to follow. So these workouts are very normal workouts, and this is when Paul attacks on script based on the distance as we see the finish line. Pompeo's job, after coming home from the States and trying to be fit again, his job was just to close down the gap to that's Benjo. So next stop, and that is why we have the CRZ bike fitting protocol, is because it brings together theory to reality. Because in the real world, if you don't have enough juice to if you don't have enough juice to sprint that way, then you're gonna be in trouble. After those roaring climbs in the jungles of Subic, we head straight to Bongabong Nueva Ecija the next day. And this is just the real application. Once you've developed the posture, once you've developed the technique, once you've developed the skills, the same posture applies to the flats. There's no unique bike fitting for climbing. There's no unique bike fitting for flats. If you understand the technique, if you understand the skills, if you understand telemetry, you would be able to adapt with whatever terrain. You don't choose what terrain to ride. A complete rider should be able to adapt to different terrains and be able to know what to do. And in this particular instance, if you notice on the previous clip, we were climbing with the same posture. We're now on the flats, rolling around, say 40 to 45 kilometers per hour, on the same posture as you would have seen us climbing on the steepest part of the climbs. And this is going all the way to the Aurora border. Beautiful border. It ends with a 10-kilometer climb, and you reach this particular area. Unfortunately, it's still closed after a year and a half, but it's already a accomplishment already to be able to go all the way up here at the 105 kilometer point. So at this juncture, we've done 105 kilometers, and before going home, we want to visit the river downstream. AJ, go straight. Where everyone usually gets to cool off, have a little bit of a snack before heading back all the way to Tarlac. Got another one. Yeah, in Tarlac City. We're guessing that Labi River is a very popular destination for most cyclotourists and motorcycle travelers, because the area offers a lot of relaxation cottages where you can just slow down, have a snack, and everything else in between. So after the first climb, so after all those climbings, after all those sprints, the next one would be Buko Juice by the river. And then later we're gonna do triathlon, like swimming. What? Swimming by the river. So while everyone's getting ready, I'm taking a nap. I'm so sleepy. So we still have 110 kilometers to go. So that's gonna be a 200. No, there's still 100k to go. So there's gonna be a 210 kilometer ride. So while they're getting ready, I'm just gonna take a nap for maybe 10-15 minutes. Yep. Everyone's there. Okay, so before going, I'm gonna probably get one more coffee before we leave, and then we're gonna go. Alu had a little bit of a scratchy moment from his foot, and then that's Aris. You know Aris, the Colnago guy from Team Harabas from Singapore. So he finally earned his stripes. That's him. So he said this is the longest, hilliest course is ever done, going up to Aurora border, the border of Aurora. Papa Louie is the ringleader, the person who organized this weekend getaway. Tough one. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna go soon, and then we'll catch you in the next episode. The day ended well for everyone. This is the route from Labi River all the way back to Tarlac City, Aurora Province. Hopefully soon we're gonna be able to cross. So after the 215 kilometers, we finally made it in one piece. See, the survivors. Thank you, Ate Ira, for the hosting. Okay, go for it. Lechon. Oh my God, lechon. Please.